This coverage of MWC is brought to you by Bitdefender Mobile Security. LG might have announced the blown-up version of their flagship device ahead of the Mobile World Congress, but that didn't stop us from being excited to get our hands on it. Hey, it's Joshua Vergara from Android Authority. What's going on, everybody? And here is your first look at the LG G Pro 2. LG continues its good design language with the G Pro 2. It is a large device, to be sure, with a big, bold, and very beautiful 1080p display up front at 5.9 inches. This is definitely a beast of a device with a large footprint, but it also stands among the best offerings in the Android space. The G Pro 2 incorporates what a lot of people loved about the G2, with its knock-on features, its OIS camera that has been enhanced, and a very thin bezel leading to a high screen-to-display size ratio, and of course the button placement on the back. However, it does do away with the glossy plastic that was originally on the G2 and opts for a more matted design on the back. Coming back to that display, we will say again that is a 5.9-inch 1080p display, and even though that does make the phone quite huge, it is still manageable because LG continues its penchant for ultra-thin bezels, and it has an industry-leading screen-to-frame ratio here on the G Pro 2. The still industry-leading Snapdragon 800 coupled with the Adreno 330 GPU is found in the G Pro 2 and really packs a wallop under the hood, putting this phone still near the top of the performance pack. In our time with it, we experienced not much of a stutter at all in the Optimus UI, even despite all that it tries to be quite in your face about. And LG was also very keen to elaborate with us the huge strides they've made when it comes to the software sides of things, especially in regards to the camera, which now has an updated version of OIS called OIS Plus, and their image post-processing is supposed to make the images pop even better. Stay tuned to Android Authority as we will be comparing the camera on the G Pro 2 to that of the G2 and comparing the different versions of OIS, especially considering this one enhanced with a little bit more software behind the hardware that was already well received in the G2. As far as the other hardware bits underneath, we are very pleased to see 3GB of RAM in here and a very good sized 3200 mAh battery that should keep you entertained for hours. As far as internal storage goes, we have a 16GB or 32GB variety available, along with micro SD expansion, which means you won't run out of space to store the 4K videos that you can take with that OIS Plus camera. The G Pro 2 does feature Android 4.4 KitKat, an updated version that is still nestled under the Optimus UI, which remains very familiar to us. And also the Optimus UI does have a bit of a polarizing effect, especially considering the people who do love all of the features that it brings to the table, as you may have known from the original Optimus G all the way to the G2 now. However, some do admit that it is in need of a refresh as its elements are quite in your face, especially when you take a look at the notification dropdown where all the real estate is taken up by the power widgets. However, there are some enhancements added into the Optimus UI this time around, and we're told that these enhancements are going to make it to all G devices in the coming months. To make handling such a large device easier, for example, you are allowed to have some one-handed operation enhancements, and a new feature called Mini View is available that allows you to adjust the display area from 3.4 inches to 4.7 inches to make one-handed operation easier. The one that we really enjoyed using was the knock code, an evolved version of the knock-on where you can double tap the screen to turn it on. However, this time you can create a pattern along a 2x2 square grid in order to make unlocking the device even easier. All in all, we are still excited to see LG move forward, especially with their larger device offerings. The already well-received Optimus G Pro has been updated and its inspiration takes from the G2. Even though the device might be a little bit bigger for some people's taste, it still packs a wallop inside in both hardware and in software. And it should be a nice offering for all of those who do look for a larger display device. So keep it tuned to Android Authority for all of the best coverage and for our continued coverage of not just the LG G Pro 2, but also of the Mobile World Congress here in Barcelona, Spain.